Hello everyone, welcome back to the series The Drama of Lord Puri Jagannath. And in the previous video, we saw how Neela Madhava disappears and Indradyumna and Vidyapati get in search of Viswasu to seek more information about the same. And let's see what happens next. Indradyumna and Vidyapati arrived at the Sabara village where they were overwhelmed by unpleasant smell and flies. Indradyumna joked about Vidyapati's marriage to such an opulence. They approached the courtyard and heard Lalita, Vidyapati's wife, singing while she was working. Vidyapati introduced Indradyumna to his wife and asked if her father, Viswasu, was home. Lalita mentioned that her father had been unwell. Vidyapati greeted his father-in-law and introduced him to Indradyumna. Viswasu was very skeptical and questioned them why they would visit untouchables like them. Viswasu accused Indradyumna of trying to steal his spiritual attachment from Lord Neelamadhava. Indradyumna got very frustrated and ordered Viswasu's arrest. Indradyumna tried to reason with Viswasu, asking where Neelamadhava was hidden. Viswasu remained silent, leading Indradyumna to order a search of the whole village. Yudhirva reported that the deity was not found and Viswasu remained calm and silent. Indradyumna grew very anxious and regretted not coming to Neelamadhava himself. At this moment, the sage Narada Muni arrived, calming Indradyumna and told him, "The Lord has left here for the reason of his own. So you need not punish the Sabaras. They are very innocent. And Viswasu is a great devotee of Lord as you. Despite your eager desire to see him, the Lord will no longer be visible to you in form of Neelamadhava now. Construct a magnificent temple upon this sacred mountain of Neeladri. Then, just to please you, the Lord will appear in an extraordinary form, carved from a wooden log. He will be known as Jagannatha and will shower blessings upon the entire world. Have you understood? And when the temple is complete, I'll return and take you to the abode of Lord Brahma. We shall invite him personally to inaugurate the temple visit. Now I must go." Indradyumna, relieved and grateful, ordered the release of Viswasu and the other villagers, offering them 100 gold coins as a compensation for the trouble he caused them. He vowed to follow Narada Muni's instructions. Indradyumna then addressed the villagers, announcing the Lord's intention to manifest in a special wooden form and construction of a great temple. He apologized to Viswasu for his earlier behavior, explaining him that it was driven by the desperation and the separation from Lord. Viswasu questioned whether they, as untouchables, would be allowed to enter the temple. Indradyumna reassured him that the temple will belong to the Lord of Universe, who accepts all people. Viswasu expressed his willingness to serve God in any form, reminiscing about his intimate relationship with Neelamadhava. Indradyumna comforted Viswasu, explaining him that Neelamadhava still resides with him in his heart. He shared Narada Muni's message that Lord would come as Jagannatha to bless all people. Indradyumna outlined the plan to build the temple, calling for contributions from rulers and best sculptors. Vidyapati promised to arrange for the continuous Ashwamedha Yajnas. The Sabaras were also ready to help by gathering stones and constructing a road to Neeladri. With everyone united in purpose, they looked forward for the glorious day where Lord would be installed in the magnificent temple riding in a magnificent chariot. Stay tuned with me to see what happens next. Will Indradyumna be able to build the temple? Will Lord Brahma come to inaugurate the temple? And that's it about today's video. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you all liked it, and let me know in the comments below on the sections where I can improve myself. Thank you. Bye.